Hi, ladies and gentlemen. So it's been quite a week for me. Last week I was working on my dress, and Mary commented, "Oh, are you catching a cold?" And I'm like, "No, no, no, no cold, no cold." I had a little bit of a natty cough, and I thought that was going to be the end of it, a little natty cough. But as luck would have it, my natty cough turned into probably one of the worst illnesses I've had. Um, and I was basically in bed Saturday, Sunday. Monday, I felt a little better. I went to the doctor, I got some antibiotics, and I think I'm going to just need to cool my jets for a little bit because I feel better, but my energy level is still in the dumper. So I'm doing fine, but I did nothing this week. I watched a lot of TV. If anybody wants an exciting thing to watch when they really need to rest and they want to be entertained, and also if you like spy stuff, I rewatched Homeland. It was off the hook, and it kept me from getting up off the couch or out of bed when I thought I was feeling slightly better. So that's my tip for, helping to stay in bed. And I also spent some time working on my dress, and I'm very excited about my dress. Let me just stop and say hello to Just Me. Oh, I love you too. Thank you for checking in with me. I think it's just you and me today so far. I didn't have time to post this ahead of time to give people warning I was coming on. I really wanted to get in here and show the finale of making my dress. Oh, hey Victoria, welcome. Oh, from now on, I'm going to just start wearing a mask every time I go to someplace like a hospital or rehab, because I was visiting various friends over the past week and a half before I got sick, and I'm pretty sure that's where this cootie developed from. So I'm going to start protecting myself a little bit more when I'm in crowds or around other people who could possibly be sick. So that's what I'm going to do. But in any case, I did basically almost finish the dress. So I'm going to take it off of my dottie in a minute and show you some things. Notice it's inside out on here, and I just wanted to show you that I wanted to be lazy a little bit. Like I thought, oh, I'm just going to sew both of the the sleeve and the both layers, treat it like one layer and sew it into the armhole, but it was just really too thick. The fabric was too thick to do that, and I wanted it to be comfortable. So remember, last week I sewed the hems together to finish them, the lining to the hem of the sleeve. So this is already attached. So I wanted to sew the fashion fabric to the fashion fabric and the lining to the lining. So I'm going to show you how I did that. And, then I'm going to show you a couple other things. One sad thing is there's one thing I'm not happy with. The lining shows a little bit in the side of the neckline, mostly on this side. So I'm going to show you my strategies for that. And I'm going to also talk about a couple other things. Let me just stop and see what people are saying. Just Me says, I'm working on my darted bodice dress block, and I rewatched a lot of your past videos, especially to make sure the sleeve works well. I always find that to be the trickiest. Yeah, sleeves are hard, but if you spend the time to get the bodice to fit properly and to get the armhole and the shoulder, the upper back, to all sit properly, then fitting the sleeve isn't so hard. And if you check out the video I did, I must have been last week, where I showed how to take the sleeve out and then see what it wants. Now this was for a forward ball of the shoulder, but you could use that method to fine tune the cap height, the ease, all of that stuff. So definitely check that one out. It was it was my last Fit Tip Tuesday that I did. I didn't do one this week because I wasn't feeling well. Um, oh, and also, if you have questions, you can always feel free to post them. I'll help you too. Polly says, glad you're feeling better. Thank you, thank you. And Tana says, hey all, welcome. It's also the week before Christmas. I know if anyone is celebrating Hanukkah, happy Hanukkah. I'm not sure when Kwanzaa starts or, I want everyone who's celebrating holidays to enjoy time with your families. I have some plans for next week. And I guess the silver lining is if I got sick now, I won't be sick on Christmas. I'll definitely be feeling 100% by then. So yay for that. And I have this beautiful dress to wear. I'm so excited. So the first thing I want to talk about here is before I sewed the skirt on, before I put the sleeves on, I left this on my dress form right side out. And I noticed what ended up happening was the lining became longer than the fashion fabric. It just started stretching and sticking out below the fashion fabric. So I trimmed off that extra length, and I think that's that helped with the adjusting the vertical stretch of the lining versus the vertical stretch of the fashion fabric. And so now I think I'm happy with that. So I did that, then I did the sleeves, and then I did the skirt. I also took in the back a little bit more, so I had to take the skirt in a little bit. Now, if you're making a bias skirt like I did, so basically what I did was I taped it together and I created a bias seam that goes from here all the way, it curves around my body all the way around. Oops, that's not nice. Hold on. Hold, there we are. Sorry about that. I wanted to show you, oops, sorry. Oh my God, sorry. Let's get back up there. Sorry. Okay, let me just see. I want to just see if I can show you, if I can show you. I'm going to back this up. It's inside out, so it's easier to see the seam. This is the seam allowance, and you can see it curves and it goes all the way down to the hem. And notice the fit of this skirt now is it kind of cups my behind ever so slightly, so it has a little bit of shape here, and it falls straight from here. But I did have to take out this entire seam because when I took the bodice in, I had to also take in the skirt a little bit. So let me take this off now so I can show you some other things. Alright, so I'm going to have to wrangle it off, peel it off my ditto form here. I mean, that is a trade-off with a ditto form. There are no collapsible shoulders, so it just takes a little extra second to get it off. Okay, here we go. All right. Okay. Let me see. Just Me says, you are so right. That's the common mistake some people make, fitting the sleeve on an imperfect armhole and ill-fitted bodice. Yeah, you're definitely making double work if you don't fit that first. And that's why if you've seen my efficient workflow for bodice fitting series, that's what I start from the top and work down. And that just makes sense, and it stops some of the circling around. Oh, hi, Mary. Mary, at the beginning, yes, I am feeling better, but I will tell you, it was a lot. Like, I think I have the flu. But like I said, I'm better, and I'm going to do a better job of wearing a mask when I'm around people. Hey, Carla, welcome. You're really not that late. It's only 10 after. And Just Me says, I know it may not be aesthetically pleasing, but what about doubling the bodice in in self to ensure the fabric behaves the same, giving it's a knit. Well, this fabric, you'll see, has scratchy sparkles on the outside of it, so I couldn't use it to self-line this dress. And I have some thoughts. I have some thoughts about what I'm going to do here. Let me just, you know what I'll do? I'm going to put it on me. I'm going to just slip it on me. It'll take me 1 second, and then you'll see what I mean. I want to show you the neckline. Yeah, I can't use this. You'll see why you can't use this to line itself in 1 minute. Hold on. Okay, now the other thing we have to remember is I did not sew the lining is not sewn. The lining is not sewn down yet. You know, it's not attached yet. So let me just pull it down the best I can. I'll stick it onto my sports bra. It'll be okay. All right, so I mean, you can see it's pretty. It's not terrible, but I'm not happy with this. No, this. I'm not happy with this side right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sew little pleats. I'm going to baste little pleats right through here to tighten up the lining, and I'm hoping that will pull it back. That's what I'm going to try to do. But you can see I'm really in love with the way this fits, though, otherwise. And just really, and it's really comfortable. Like, this is just a really comfortable, fun dress. I just have to deal with this or it's going to drive me crazy. So this is the thing we have to fix. And it's just really, I mean, it's really just the sides. I mean, I guess it shows in the back a little bit too. But I think the back won't show. Because remember, like if I pull at this, watch what happens when I pull at the lining. See if I pull it. Like I'm going to go over here and I'm going to pull this one. Oh, Mary says, all right, so if I pull it, well, whatever, I'm gonna, all right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to just take it in here, like pleat out a little of the lining like this to see if I can get it to pull back in like that. That's what I'm going to do to try to fix that one little thing. And then of course, once I sew the bottom of the lining to the seam allowance here, I think that will fix the rest. So really happy with this. I'm really happy with the neckline. I love that I have no cleavage showing, but I have air vents. The sleeves are comfortable. And they're long enough. I was worried. I didn't want the tops of my arms to get scratched by this, because if I come in real close, you can see, you know, this is, it's not sharp, but I mean, this is scratchy. So I'm very happy with this, but we're going to deal with this right now. So I'm going to show you the inside and I'm going to take it right back off. But I wanted to show you, number one, how it fit. And here's another tip. If you're sewing a bias skirt like this, you want to make the length of this a little bit shorter than the length of this. So I had to ease this in just a little bit, like stretch this on just a little bit, and you'll notice that it really makes a nice transition. If it were bigger than this, it wouldn't hang nicely and it would just look, I think, like a sack. So anyway, so I'm very happy with it, except for that neckline, and we're gonna deal with that right now. Let me take this back off. And then, well, I'll show you the inside and I'll show you how I did the sleeves. I mean, I'm so happy I didn't need a zipper. Okay. Okay. Let's put this, my shirt back on here. Okay. Let's take a look inside here so I can show you what I did. Boop. Okay. Let me see what people are saying. Oh, Just Me says, wrong call, apologies. I totally agree with you. If the lining had been soft and cozy, I definitely would have used the same fabric. And actually, this fabric was extra I had from making a baby sack, so it's a little bit of a wild fabric, but I really like it. Oh, Mary says it fits and hangs wonderful. Thank you, thank you. Oh, Victoria says fits you wonderful, looks great on you. Oh, Carla says looks Victorian, love the way it drapes on the body. That's a flattering style line for me. I think I talked about this at the beginning of the project. Because I have a little bit of a tummy going on, if I make my seam just below the fullest part of my behind, I mean, what am I saying behind? My bust, like on the under curve of my bust here, then it hangs in front of my stomach instead of pulling against it. So, and that's the best way for me to get some sort of curved shape to me, is to make that up at the top, like up here, right up there. So, oh, Just Me says, would trimming the lining pattern at the neckline by a quarter help? Is there tear away at the lining? Trimming the lining. Oh, you mean, I don't know. I don't know about that. I would have to try that. That is interesting. I'm not taking it apart now though, so now I'm just going to try to wooshy it. Tana says, I think the dress is beautiful, fits well, good job. Hey Diane, hey Jen, hi everyone, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Oh, Mary says, check the bottom seam coming from the bodice. Did I see a hole? The seam coming down from the bodice. Oh, let's all take a look at it together. Oh wait, there's more comments. Hold on one second. Oh no, that's it. All right, let me just switch my view here so we can all see what's going on. All right, let's see here. All right, let's get this so we can really see. Now I've blown out this so it's very bright, but I want you to be able to see the actual dress. Oh, I do have a hole. All right. You know what? I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to run this on my serger. I sewed this on my sewing machine, but because I have to really pull it to get it onto me, I think I'm going to stitch that seam with my serger so it doesn't do that again. Mary, you have an amazing eye. You get a gold star. All right, let's look at the inside of this now. So if you remember, well, I guess it's going to be hard for me to show you because they're both sewn in. But basically, all right, so what I did was, if you could imagine, whoa, let me just make that a little less frightening now. Hold on. Okay, basically what I did was I sewed the fashion fabric sleeve in first. Then I took apart this short seam right here, the underarm seam and the side seam. That allowed me to lay the armhole flat, and I was able to very easily pin the cap to the armhole and sew it flat. So that's how I was able to sew the lining and the fashion fabric separately. Okay, so Just Me says, but if you ever remake this, tighten the pattern of the neckline so it's slightly tighter curve at the sleeve level. The sleeves being relatively fitted forces the neckline to open more sideways. That is absolutely true. That is absolutely true. So a tighter curve on the neckline, especially at the sleeve level, will result in the neckline sitting where you want it, since it will open outward anyway. Okay, so, all right, so tighter curve. So do you mean, so if this were my pattern, I would trim it away a little bit, is what I think you're saying to me. So so this will pull this way a little bit, right? So to fix the situation right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a pleat right here. Take a pleat right there, or I mean, if the pleat works, I could take the sleeve out right here if I wanted to and trim off some of the armhole edge, and it would pull it that way too, but then it might pull on the sleeve. All right, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to fuss with that, but I am going to do like a little pleat right here, and we'll see if that fixes it. So I'm going to come in here. I'm going to turn it inside out like this, and I'm just going to, actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to pin it this way, and then I'll turn it around the other way, like this. So literally, I think it just needs to be the tiniest amount, like maybe, I mean, not a lot, like you said, if a quarter inch right there. Okay, something like that. And then I'm going to just try it and see if it fixes it. I'm only going to do one side. I just want to see if it'll work. So that's about, oh, you can't even really see what I'm doing because it's so colorful. Hold on one second. Let me get this so it's nice and, so see right here where I pinned it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it this way where my pins are, like this. And I really don't care about, well, I'm just going to use a Sharpie marker, and I'm just going to literally mark where the pleat stops, like this. And then I'm going to take the pins out, and I'm going to switch them to the other side. So see, now I can create my pleat right here. You see that? Oh, is it too bright? Let me see. You make it a little bit, whoops, a little bit darker. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pin right here. So I'm only pinning a quarter to 0. And then I'm gonna okay. All right, so let's just sew this and see what happens. So I'm gonna sew this little pleat right here, and I'm gonna see what happens. Oh, um, okay. All right. So you can't attach a photo, but I can tell you if you, um, jsterndesigns37@gmail, you can email me the photo. And then what I'll do is I'll share that after the holiday. Um, I'll share it with everybody so they can be helped by your excellent idea as well. All right, so what I'm going to do here is I'm literally just going to sew this. You know what I'm going to do? I'm actually going to, well, I'm going to start at the tip of my, well, no, I'm not going to do that either. All right, never mind. I was going to start down lower, but I'm not going to do that. Let's just do this and see what happens. So I'm going to start right here. Oh, all right, hold on one second. Let me just do this. Let's see if this works. Then actually, you know what I can do? I can show everybody I can get it off the email, and I think I can show everybody now, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. So I'm going to 1/4 inch. I mean, I do have to admit, this is the first time I've used such dramatically different fabrics for the outside and the lining. So it's a little bit of a learning thing for me too. Okay, let's see. All right. All right, so I'm gonna go to 0. I'm just stitching off the fabric, and then I'm gonna just stitch in the stitch inside the pleat just a little bit to catch that. That way if I need to take it out, it won't be too hard. All right. Okay, so you can see I just sewed this little thing right here. Okay, so let me just, I'm gonna just stick it back on and let's see if that fixes it. Because if it doesn't fix it, I'm gonna be sad. All right. All right, so hold on one second. Let me go. All right, hold on one second. I just wanna hold the phone one second. Let me get the skit. Ooh, that's pretty frightening. Let me put my face back on here. Hold on. Oh. Okay, so let me see this right here. Okay, so the red line, was the red line the original line, or is the red line the, okay, I'm downloading that. Okay, browse. I'm going to just show everybody the picture you sent. Hold on one second. So I'm going to download. Let me get the picture. Open up. Okay. Oh, and then I need to make this really, really small. Hold on one second. It's huge. Hold on. Wait for it. All right, so here's the picture that she emailed me. So I'm assuming you're trimming the sides. That's what I'm assuming. Oh, the red line is the new line. Oh, so you're saying add. So, okay, so if that's the case, I just did the opposite thing. See, I thought if I pulled it tighter, it would pull it under. Oh, all right. Well, since I already sewed this pleat, let me just see, because another thing I could do is I could cut a slit in the lining and spread it and make a and make a patch. Like just, all right, so hold on one second. All right, I'm gonna put this on. So I did the opposite of your picture. So I'm gonna leave this up here while I'm trying the dress back on. Hold on. Hold on, I'm just gonna have to turn it all around. Hold on one second. All right, so yeah, that did not fix it. So let me show you. All right, hold on one second. Let me move my little picture here. All right, so it actually, obviously it pulled on it and made it worse. So, one moment. All right, I know what I'm gonna do. Hold on, I'm fixing my hairdo. Okay, hold on. All right. Okay. I am going to try that for the next time. And I do want to thank you for that. So oops, stop it. Really? You know, we're not taking a break. I fucking can't hear you. Sorry about that. Okay, so see here, I thought tightening it would pull it in, and it didn't. It made it worse, or it didn't fix it. So here's what we're gonna do. And I get what you're saying for the next time, but I can't wear this dress with blue showing because that will make me nuts. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this out. I'll take it out. My seam ripper. Seam ripper, seam ripper. Alright, I'm just gonna use this. Alright, okay. Alright. Oh, Victoria says a nice trim. I mean, you can always do a nice trim, but I am going to... I mean, obviously, that is, you know, like if I inserted something in between, like even like a little piping would have been nice. So that could have hit it too. So Victoria, that's a good idea. But I am not taking this neckline apart. So what I am going to do is I'm going to, let me just very quickly take this out. So I'm just make this so it's sharp here. Okay. See, I love the fact that I come on, I try things, they don't work, and then you guys help me figure them out. Because, you know, I don't know everything. I don't know if you didn't know that about me, but I don't. And also, if I don't know, or if you know, I'm happy to learn. Okay, so I took out that stitching. So what I'm going to do now is, what if I, and I'm just going to do it. Don't be worried. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take my seam ripper. Okay, watch this. Okay, so here is, okay, so here's the base of my neckline. I'm going to start like right here. I'm going to make a hole like this. I wonder if I can, and then I wonder, do I make little scissors? Some little scissors. And I'm going to cut this. This is our little secret. Don't tell anyone. Don't tell anyone. I'm just going to cut a nice slit right here. I did it. I cut a hole in the lining. Maybe I'll just go a little bit lower. Okay. And then let's, I know I have some scrap right here. Okay, so I'm going to cut myself a little scrap like this. And then I'm going to put it under here like this. Did I make it? Oh, let me just double check and make sure I made it long enough. Like, it's definitely long enough. See? All right, this is exciting. I'm excited to try this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can find my right. I am going to spray. I'm just going to turn this inside out for a little bit right here. So I can get this to lay flat like this. So this is the inside, right? And I'm just going to lightly spray the inside. This is a non-toxic basting spray. I'm just going to stick a little bit right there because I don't want to fight with getting that little scrap to stay put. So now that I put a little basting spray there, oh, good, I can see it wants to stick. That's good. All right, so now I'm going to take this, and I'm going to stick it under here like this. So I can just ever so slightly create some room here. So a quarter or a generous, about a quarter. And then I'm going to pin it so I'm just going to pin. I'll pin one side and then I'll pin the other side, and then I'm going to try it again and see. I mean, no one's going to know that I did this except for us, so if this doesn't work, then, I mean, I could make a new bodice. I could take the bodice off and make a new one. I really don't. I really don't want to do that. All right, so let's just sew this and see. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start at the bottom here. And I think we're going to just do it like we're really doing it here. I'm going to do a triple zigzag to hold it on. Oh, obviously this pin is in my way. These pins, I'm going to have to pin the other side after. All right, we'll do it like this. All right, let's turn it around and I'll come back down the other side. Making sure, actually I'm going to go in the same direction. All right, so now let me make sure it's laying nice and flat. Okay. All right, this is kind of exciting, I think. I don't know, let's just see. Okay. All right, we're going to try this now and we're going to see if this fixed it. But before we do that, let me just show you exactly what it looks like here. Okay. So you can see, I just created that extra. Let's see what that does. All right, this is exciting. I'm going to put the picture back up, the inspiration picture, so you can see. We're trying to replicate that. All right, everyone. This is exciting. Let me move the picture here. Okay. So as you can see, it's much better. I'm going to do it to the, this is the side I did. You can see that's much better. So now I'm going to do it to this side over here, and then I think it'll fix it. So I am giving Just Me a gold star for helping me save my dress. And maybe I'll do it as a Fit Tip Tuesday to help other people who are trying to not get their lining together. Like, look at, even when I do this with my hands, see how this pulls and this doesn't? See? This is so exciting. Thank you so much. Thank you. Oh my goodness, this is exciting. All right, so I'm gonna fix it. I'm gonna fix the other side, and then I'm just gonna stitch the lining down. So definitely, I'm so happy. I love you guys. I love all of you, and Just Me, thank you for that. I don't know why I assumed, because I think because it was turning out, I thought I could pull it back in by making it tighter, but I guess it does make sense that if the lining is too small, it is going to pull at the neckline. So, oh, so Just Me says, you have helped me so many times. This is a small thank you. Well, here is a little secret about me. I am a pro pattern drafter. I can design. I'm a pro fitter. And I know how to sew a lot of things, but sewing is my least favorite thing to do out of everything I do. So that's where I struggle sometimes, because I don't spend a lot of time sewing. I don't spend a lot of time making the garments I create. I make one when I can do something like this with you guys, or if I get a new pattern, I'll make some new samples, but I really have to spend more time sewing more so my projects look, you know, like they should. But thank you so much for that. I'm overjoyed. Thank you. I don't know if it would have occurred to me that if making the pleat made it worse, if spreading it open would have fixed it. I don't know if I would have come on that myself. So thank you so much. Let me see. Oh, Tana says I can always wear a stole. Well, I might have had to. Victoria says, going through sewing withdrawal symptoms. I just got back from vacation yesterday, spent over a month spending time with my grandchildren. I have so much to get done before I'm able to sew. Oh, I know, it's so hard to fit everything in. So anyway, oh my God, I'm just looking at this. This is the bad side. I haven't fixed this side yet, but oops. But look how much nicer the other side looks. I'm like so happy. You know, and I also knew it was going to be a risk using such a bright fabric underneath, but like I said, the stretch was kind of working. So, and actually, maybe if I had sewn it the other way, I didn't sew it the stretchy way. If I'd sewn it the stretchy way, maybe I wouldn't have needed to do that. But anyway, now I know what to do thanks to Just Me. So again, 5 stars for you. All right, so yeah, I think that's all I have energy for today. I hope everyone has a wonderful holiday. I hope you're spending time with friends and family. And, you know, I'm going to relax myself, plan my next year, and get myself going, you know, once I feel 100%. But, oh, Mary says, I love that bright inside fabric. I do love it, and it feels nice. It feels comfortable. Like it feels like I'm wearing a t-shirt on the inside. So again, I'm going to cut this side open in the lining. That'll probably make both sides even fit a little bit better, because only one side is done over here. And then I'll just stitch it to the bottom, and then I'm going to cut the hem. I'm not going to hem it. I'm just going to cut it at the length I want. But I'm going to let it hang for a day or two before I do that. So anyway, thank you so much. Oh, happy holidays to you too. All right, so that's my happy Fab Fit Friday for today, and it turned out to be a lot happier than I thought. So happy. Thank you. All right, so you guys have a great weekend. I hope all your holiday plans are going well. If you're traveling, safe travels. Um, maybe you're going to see Fit Tip Tuesday is going to be how to adjust the lining neckline so you don't get this um, going on. And it's going to be, you know, dedicated by just me, FE2FS. All right, so thank you guys so much. You guys have a great rest of your day. Thank you guys for joining me, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your weekend, wonderful holiday. I will be here Friday after Christmas. Not going shopping. I'm going to be here with you ladies and gentlemen. So anyone who wants to join me the day after Christmas, I'll be here. And I don't know, maybe I'll be working on something fun, something different. This dress will be finished, so there'll be a new project or something to talk about for the day after day after Christmas. All right, so have a great rest of your day, and I'm going to sign off now. Happy holidays, safe travels, and I'll see you next week.